Hi, I'm Pat here, opening up for this week of Week 12 Everyman's Fantasy with a trivia question. My question is, which Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback has won 4 Super Bowls? Comment with your answers and I'll give you the answer next week.
Thanks for opening us up, Pat. Let's get started with the quarterbacks.
Alright, first up, Robert Griffin III. Big week last week. Had a great game. Going against Dallas here, expecting him to have 23 points. Expecting him to break out again.
Christian Ponder. The Vikings haven't been doing too well lately, except for the fact that AP's gone in complete beast mode. Chicago's defense is very good, and don't expect Christian Ponder to be exciting this weekend. Only 7 points if you have him on the bench.
A big player last week, Colin Kaepernick. Wow, did he have a big game. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was outstanding. Expecting to have 20 points this week against New Orleans defense. They've been broken down and battered, and he has been a big part right now.
To the running backs, a guy that's had an up and down year. He's usually very cyclical. Chris Johnson. Jaguars defense isn't too good, and you should expect him to have a big week this week, but it's always a risk putting him in your lineup. He's projected 24, but I would watch out during the week how he practices everything. Could be a different than 24, but look for him to have a good week right now.
Reggie Bush, still, he's being a disappointment in the second half of the season. Expected only to have 6 points against Seahawks defense. He hasn't gotten more than 10 the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's not good.
Don't play him. Put him on your bench. Trade him. Do what you can with him. He's just been sad lately.
CJ Spiller. He took over last week because Fred Jackson was hurt, and expect him to still fill in this week. Colts defense did not look good at all last week, giving up 50-something to the Patriots. And expect CJ Spiller to go off on him with 18 points.
How about to the wide receivers now? Roddy White going against Tampa Bay. They have not been a strong team on the defensive side of the ball. Offense is a completely different story. And Roddy White is the number 1 target there in Atlanta. Expect him to have 19, probably even over 20.
Mike Williams. He's not been that big this year, but Atlanta's defense has also been good. He's our sleeper this week, though, with 11. He's probably going to get under the radar and put up some points, so keep him in your lineup.
This week we did something special. 2 sleepers, Golden Tate, 9 points. Expect him to have even more against Miami. He hasn't been in the news whatsoever, so I would look for him to be a very big name this week.
Tight ends, Tony Gonzalez. He's ageless. He keeps going and going and going. Tampa Bay's defense hasn't been good. They've been winning games because of the muscle hamster, and so there's no reason Gonzalez should be stopped. 15 points for him this week.
Dallas Clark going against Atlanta, who has been very good at covering tight ends this year. Very good just generally on the defensive side of the ball. Expect him to barely have any points. Saying 2, I'd expect even less.
Kind of a sleeper this week. The Colts, Dwayne Allen. Going against the Bills, 5 points projected. It's decent if you want a tight end, but just not big productions from tight ends this week except for Gonzalez.
Expect him to he's already stepped up for Kobe Fleener. Expect him to have even more against this weak Bills defense. Alright.
Now onto the defensive side of the ball.
The Bears coming back this week against Minnesota, who has, as we said, not been strong other than Adrian Peterson. Expect the Bears to do what they do best. Put up points. 12 points for them.
Nice rebound week after Monday's performance against the Niners. The Browns defense. Pittsburgh offense is a little bit battered up. Antonio Brown's out. Big Ben's out. Charlie Batch going to get the start. So look for the Browns to step it up and have 10 points this week.
Good sleeper pick right there. Now to our disappointing week. Chiefs Denver. Alright. Obviously, Denver's a very strong offensive team with Peyton Manning at the wheel. And Kansas City, not very strong on either side of the ball.
They have some bright spots on defense.
They have some bright spots, but the thing is, with the defense, you need the entire team. And unfortunately, they have those weak spots. So expect them to have even less points than they're expecting, and they're expecting -1.
How about kickers?
All right, Steven Gostkowski. Obviously, in the draft, everybody was looking for him because Patriots put up a ton of points. He hasn't really done much this year, but now he's going against New York Jets. You guys have all heard through the news what's going on with the Jets, all that Tebow talk and whatever. Expect the Patriots to tear them up this week, and Gostkowski to have 12 points.
Some notable trades this week. Pierre Thomas. The Saints have really been using Chris Ivory and Mark Ingram a lot more lately, and plus Darren Sproles is back. So look for Pierre Thomas to get a lot less attention than he normally does, and his stock could drop a lot. So try to trade him while you can.
The Vikings D. Again, as we've been talking about, Vikings, nothing without Adrian Peterson. They have a lot of talent, but they haven't showed it. Expect either to drop them, trade them, do what you can with them. Just get them out as soon as possible.
Some injuries this week. Willis McGahee is out for 6 to 8 weeks because he has a torn MCL in his knee. So big time, look to drop him and trade him because he's not going to be back for a while.
Blaine Gabbert, as everybody knows, Chad Henne had a huge week last week. All right, played great. Blaine Gabbert hasn't really been doing much, and now he's injured.
He's going
He's
in
out.
for surgery.
He's going in for surgery, and don't expect him to play probably the rest of the year.
How about your picks for this week?
I got Houston over Detroit as the first game.
I agree with you.
Washington over Dallas.
Yep.
New England over New York.
Yep. Jets, that is.
Seattle over Miami.
Yep. I agree.
Chicago, Minnesota.
Yep.
I got Cincinnati over Oakland.
Yes.
Pittsburgh over Cleveland. Indianapolis over Buffalo.
Yep.
Denver over Kansas City.
Yep.
Atlanta over Tampa Bay.
Yes.
Tennessee over Jacksonville. Baltimore over San Diego.
Yep.
Arizona over St. Louis.
Yes.
San Francisco over New Orleans. That's a big game this week.
Yeah, I know. Saints look really good, and the Niners looked amazing with Kaepernick in, so you have to watch for that one.
Absolutely. I have Green Bay over New York Giants. And then, as you're going to love me for, Philadelphia over Carolina.
Yeah. So this week's picks are pretty straightforward, clear-cut winners.
Pretty much a unanimous decision.
How about our players of the week last week?
Alright, usually we're only going to do one, but this week was special. If you saw anything in the news about
Texans.
the Texans, Matt Schaub and Andre Johnson. Matt Schaub, 37 points, 527 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I haven't seen a game like that in a while.
Yes, not
It's
since
been years.
Doug Martin.
No, but I mean by a quarterback.
Yeah.
It's been a long time. Then Andre Johnson,
Everybody thought he was old and done.
he got 14 catches for 237 yards and a touchdown. That one screen he had, that was amazing. Congratulations, guys. That's outstanding.
Alright, so that's it for this week. Thanks for watching Everyman's Fantasy. I'm Liam.
I'm Tyler.
We'll see you next week.